Hey everybody, this is Lightstar and I'm back. Sorry it's been a while, but there's a lot going on right now. So I have a lot to cover in this Oracle Consciousness reading for the second quarter of 2020, but I also have some other things to cover as well in here. I'm trying to catch up from a lot of different things that I've been doing lately, so I'm going to catch you up on that. I also have a very special guest that is going to assist me with my Oracle Consciousness reading. So do not go anywhere. You are going to want to stay tuned and watch this video. So let's get started. Hey everybody, this is Lightstar, and it is so good to see you guys here. I am so apologetic for not being on here before. I know it has been way too long, and I've gotten a lot of emails and comments on social media saying, "Where are you? I have missed your videos." Well, it's been obviously a little bit cray-cray going on, and there's been a lot happening. But I have been really busy with client work and all that stuff in the last month. So that's why I didn't have time to do any videos. But I wanted to catch up here. And I have a really jam-packed, filled video for you today. So I wanted to share just a few updates here before we go into it. So first of all, I want to welcome anybody who is new and is new to my channel here. If you would like to go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, which I like to call just joining the community, that would be awesome. And thanks for all of you that have already been in this beautiful tribe here. So some of the updates that I want to share real quick with you are just about some of the new things that I've done since the tail end of 2019 and 2020. I wanted to share that because I had, in lieu of the COPPA, I talked about that and I had a video on that. And in terms of that whole COPPA law, I wanted to branch out into some other venues besides YouTube here. So what I was working on, partially was also getting all of that together, is that I've gotten on a couple of the other platforms, just in case any of you guys want to go over there and watch these videos. So there's a kind of a mirror image of my video content that's over on BitChute.com and also now on Brighteon.com. That's I'll put the links below to all of these places that I'm going to be expanding as I go forward. So Brighteon, the last month has been updating and uploading all and transferring all of my video content over there. And it is finally now completed with all my video content. And also it has playlists. BitChute doesn't have the ability to have playlists, or I don't have that. And it's a little bit out of order there. But the Brighteon site is completely in order, just like it is on YouTube. And so I would love for you guys to go on there and just watch some videos, whatever, because I only had a limit of 100 videos there. And to expand it to put more on there, I need to have some more actual views. So if you want to go on there and help me out with that so I can actually add some more on there as I grow, that would be helpful. But I will still be here on YouTube, so don't worry until YouTube decides to kick me off, if that ever happens. But I will be here still, but I wanted to branch out. And you can donate to my channel as well over there. You can donate on BitChute, you can donate on Brighteon. You can donate to those channels, and you can also go onto my Patreon website now, which is on Patreon. And I'm under Lightstar Creations, and I will place the link below there. I'm also on Subscribestar. So lots of different ways for you guys to donate, to help me out with building this channel and creating more content and all of that. So you can go onto those sites. Some of the sites like BitChute and Brighteon will also let you donate over there. If you want a tip jar or donate, they have links to those. And at the moment, I'm just going to be using those to have donations going. Eventually, I will create some more exclusive content on there, but at the moment that's just set up so that people can do some donations. And as always, you can do donations on PayPal as well. I really appreciate you guys doing that. That would be awesome. It takes a lot of time for me to create these videos, and I want to create more for you. So that is available. So I just wanted to let you know about all of that stuff first. So the content today, though, that I'm going to be doing here, sharing, is my Oracle Consciousness reading that I do every quarter. I'm a little bit behind on it this time, but since we got so much going on, I was really trying to get to this video. And so I wanted to share a bit about that. We're going to do some Oracle reading here with my Magical Dimensions Oracle cards. And I have a very special guest here today that is going to actually do this with me. And so I'm going to bring my guest on in just a few moments. And we're going to share a lot of content about that. We're going to talk about all the things that are coming up right now that is obviously the most important topic of all at this time. And we're going to go into all of that. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We will be bringing you some really awesome content. So go get your popcorn, go get your sandwich or whatever you want, and just enjoy. So here we go. Okay, guys, so let's get started with the Oracle Consciousness reading for the second quarter of 2020. And I decided that I wanted to have someone else's input as well into this Oracle Consciousness reading. So I decided to invite a special guest, my beloved Standswithbear, who will also be sharing in this experience and providing information for this incredible time, this unprecedented time that we're in right now, and helping out doing the intuitive reading. So some of you guys know him and you've already seen him on my channel before, or some of you have had sessions with him, but I wanted to invite him in right now. So my beloved Standswithbear, come on down.
All right. And how you guys doing? I'm really glad to be here. Thank you, beloved, for bringing me in.
You're welcome.
I want you all to recite with me, okay? You know the song. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Now, why am I telling you that? Because that is the attitude that you need going into this. Stop panicking. You got this. We got this. You're stronger than you know. Trust me, you are stronger than you know. Never forget that. He that dwells within you is greater than he that dwells within the world. Did we forget?
So I wanted to start off this Oracle Consciousness reading. Some of you guys know when I do this, it's actually the second quarter of 2020. I used to do this where it was based upon the seasons, and I realized, oh gosh, in the world, you know, seasons could be everywhere and different for everybody. So really just making it second quarter, and that's covering a larger territory. So what I decided to do was we also, you know, the topic of what we know what's going on, right? This whole thing about the COVID-19 and also all the things that are going on in the world because of that and everything that's happened. I asked my trusty Magical Dimensions Oracle cards, which are so incredibly accurate, that I wanted to see what do we need to know about this? What's important and where are we going in this situation? So that's what we're going to cover today. So first thing I want to share is this is coming from those of you guys who have my Oracle deck, my Magical Dimensions Oracle deck. This is the moon or half moon key formation that I'm going to be doing here in this Oracle deck or Oracle Consciousness reading with the Oracle deck. And so with this moon key formation, I just want to share what it is so that you guys know what we're going to be doing here. And it is going to be the half moon key formation delves into the subconscious and emotions and provides core insights into deeper underlying issues. The placements will show what the energies are surrounding your question and the tools needed to move past blocks with grace and ease. So with that said, when I chose these cards, I ask in that way about show us what's going on with this. What do we need to know? Okay, so key number 1, right off the bat, depicts your current situation and its surrounding emotion and energy. And the card that comes up for this is, no surprise here, harmonic resolution. And this is card number 19. It's the words underneath it are negativity, anger, and transmutation. Now, what perfect card in this placement, the current position? This is what we're experiencing right now. All the panic, all the fear, all the chaos, all the confusion, and all of that negative stuff coming up to the surface about what is happening in this is here right now. So it's a perfect like starter card just because of the current position and what we're in. We're dealing with a lot of emotions and a lot of chaos. And so that's just to start us off, right? I mean, we're going to dive into this, and Standswithbear is also going to give his input as to these things as well. So just off the bat, that's what we're dealing with. We're all dealing with that. I don't care who you are. You're not avoiding this. Because even if the people are saying, well, I'm not in panic, or I'm not in fear, we're feeling it from everybody else. We're feeling everybody's, especially all those emotional empaths out there, the intuitive empaths. You're all feeling it, right?
Feeling the whole world.
Feeling the whole world.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect card for that. Do you have anything to add to that?
I would just say harmonic resolution. Well, look at the very first word, harmonic, okay? Which means you have to go into it in a harmonic way. Instead of feeling it or living in the chaos, so to speak. It's about transmuting the chaos. You know, I'm a musician. You all know that. Most of you know that. Professional musician. And what I've always said is, well, what's a musician's role here? What we do, and every empath on this earth as well does, is a beautiful gift to the world. We take on all the pain, all the suffering, and the chaos of the world and turn it into something beautiful. Well, now we're asking you guys to do the very same thing. It may not have been your job, but it definitely helps in a way that you can't even imagine. So we take that in and we turn it into something beautiful. Don't yell at that neighbor. Don't get angry at that person if you're driving with limited cars on the road anymore. If you're skateboarding down the road, don't yell. I'm kidding. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke. But for real, it's about harmonic resolution, okay? There's a resolution to this, and the key to that is harmony between all of us, unity.
And we'll be talking about this too more and more and more, but as we go along. So in this process of moving through this reading here, we go to key number 2, and key number 2 has to do with the past energies, okay? So this is your past and showing the energies of your past consciousness. So in this relationship here, for this, we pick the trust card,
Powerful.
which is overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. Now, in the past, we had a lot of this? Not really. I'd say in our past consciousness, most of us have been trying to deal with overcoming our doubts, not trusting ourselves, not trusting the process, and not trusting a lot of different things, right? And a lot of you out there have these issues. You have been dealing with a lot of stuff. And so in our past, we're kind of looking at that. It's all coming to the surface of the doubts and the trust and all of that. Who do we trust in, right? That's coming to the surface. Because a lot of us are like looking around like, who do you trust? What information do you trust? It's very confusing, right? So the confusion that's happening here moves us into a place of looking at who we trust, who we don't trust, and where do we go with all of this. And so that's where the past energies have been, and that we're still kind of resurfacing that. We're dealing with it as well. So anything else you'd like to add on to that?
What's that word? Trust. It's not just
The picture will be
trusting us or trusting, yourself. Trust the plan. There's always a plan. Sometimes the Creator allows bad things to happen to good people because it becomes a catalyst to the best version of themselves, being you. But in this case, what if that plan was for the whole world? You see how the whole world is coming together in unity to battle this situation. So trust the plan, because there is a plan. You just have to know within yourselves that we're going to be okay. Trust that, because you are. Trust the plan. God always has a plan. And simply, for the world, my belief is bad things happen to an entire world sometimes so that it can find its best place and highest version of itself. So just like individual people, now we have the whole planet. And that's actually a good thing.
So trust in yourself and your intuition as well, with really looking in, because there is a bigger picture here. So we have to hold that vision. So key number 3, we move on to this, and it is going to be illuminating the lesson. So this is the growth and wisdom pathways for you to attain. Now we come in this position to card 16, which is forgiveness, redemption, rebirth, and regeneration. I would focus on the word rebirth on this particular card, because we're looking at the lesson here. The lesson is rebirth. Okay, so think about that. And also there's twofold, I think, here, which is the lesson is we're going through a rebirth. We're going through that purging process of rebirthing, but we're also having to learn to forgive ourselves. For a lot of you guys out there, I want to point this out, because I know a lot of warriors here, like right here, will actually feel somewhat difficult times right now, and all this stuff going on, that they feel like they failed, or there's stuff that goes to the core of us, and that to not be so hard on yourself, or to forgive yourself, or don't feel like this is failing, or failed experiment gone bad, whatever you want to call it, that to forgive, because there's much more underneath the surface here. So we want to forgive. We want to forgive all the things that are happening with us as well. How we're, if our brother, on the street is a little freaked out and a little bit, off his normal, forgive that person, because it is a hard time. Okay. So we have to learn to forgive others as well.
Patience.
And have that kind of patience.
Temperance.
Yeah. So go ahead if you want to share anything else with
So
that.
if you see the card, you showed the card, right?
It's on the screen.
Okay. We'll probably have to cut this.
Well, yeah, no, it's okay. You'll see the picture. I'm showing up these pictures after we see it, because yeah, so you'll see it.
Sorry. Anyways, so if you notice in the card, it's a tree, right? The face, what represents to me, is Mother Gaia that's watching over us. You see the angel that is kneeled down asking for forgiveness, and Mother Gaia is saying, there's nothing to forgive. It is what it is. Everything happens in its own time and the way it's supposed to happen. But the biggest thing that I see with the card is the roots of the tree. To stand firm and strong. No matter how many storms, floods, when a tree is deeply rooted in the ground, it cannot be moved. It cannot be destroyed.
Be as the mighty oak.
Be as a mighty oak.
We have somebody that we know upstairs that always likes to bring in the mighty oak.
Mighty
Thank
oak.
you, Mylene.
Yes. So it's like, it has to do with faith. And one of my dear masters and teachers, Mylene, said to me one time, he says, if you plant a seed of a great oak tree, you do not see it. So how can one believe that a tree is there? But when I tell you a tree is there, and still you do not see it, and still you do not believe, but with faith and trust, watering every day, and trusting in that knowingness, one day you have the mighty oak that stands before you, and you can no longer deny. So that's what I'm talking about.
And that's how it works in the trust. Okay, so we're working in these as we go along. This little moon.
They're just like weaving right into each other.
And this also shows basically how this is also showing how my deck actually works, the Magical Dimensions deck, where people can extract different information from it depending on what you're doing. So very good. So we move on to key number 4, which is the hidden influence. So key 4 exposes the hidden influence, the unconscious of what needs to be exposed. Well, look what we have here. Attachment, which is the accumulation, defensiveness, or scarcity. What are we seeing going on just the craziness that's happening, right? But the hidden influence, the unconscious, the things that need to be exposed. This is all the stuff that we're seeing that is surfacing and being handled behind the scenes, some of which we are not seeing at the forefront, okay? Not saying that the COVID-19 is not there as a real thing, but we're also not seeing there's a lot of other things happening behind the scenes that are being, let's just say, handled in this way to, for the people that have been really corrupt and doing a lot of corruption in this world, okay? It's also reminding us to not hold on, to not grip on and attach. And you know how the scarcity thing is going crazy right now, right?
Yep.
Everybody's the toilet paper rolls, which, oh my gosh, we might do a whole separate segment
we might
on
have to do
that.
another video for that.
Because I've been collecting some really, really funny things about the toilet paper scarcity. But it's bringing up scarcity in people. People are freaking out. Everyone's trying to cover it and hold on to what they have because of they're not feeling like they're going to have any chance to get any more. Or it's bringing up all the scarcity issues on this planet everywhere you look.
Yep.
Feeling like there's not enough. And I know right now it's a little bit of a crunch time where it feels like that. But in the sense of it, it's not going to be like that forever. So I feel like that is just a short-term kind of thing. But being in the position of, what is the position again? I forgot. Oh, hidden influence, okay? The unconscious stuff. And we have all this stuff coming to the surface. So it's hidden. I mean, yes, some of us see it. Some of us don't see it. So that subconscious stuff is all going to come up. You could call this the red pilling, whatever you want to call it, for humanity that needs to wake up and see all this stuff that's actually really happening is coming out.
100%.
To the forefront.
And if you notice also, there's a mighty dragon that's guarding the treasure. Well, here's what I pick up on with this card, because I'm a visual person, okay? So we have coveted things for such a long time. Bigger, better, faster car, awesome watch, whatever it may be. We were like that dragon that guards our purse. We guard our castle of gold like Smog in The Hobbit. We're just like this. Well, here's what's happened. Now, because of this situation, every single person on the planet has been given the lesson. None of that matters. What matters is the people next to you, the families around you, your own family, yourself becomes more important than those things that were coveted. Do you see how that works? Mm-hmm. I told you. Sometimes God allows bad things to happen to good people so it becomes a catalyst. Welcome to the catalyst.
And that leads us into key number 5, which is the displaying the next step with the necessary adjustments to shift the situation, right? So we come out from learning all this stuff. What are we supposed to be learning from everything? This attachment, all the stuff that's happening. We get the card 26, which is liberation. So the power, fulfillment, and self-attainment. So this card is emulating, we are coming into our own power. We are seeing how we have been controlled from media to every aspect of life that we have been being controlled or whatnot from all the other stuff. We're actually taking our own power and bringing it back and saying, no, and that is liberating, right? That's a liberation from all of this, is what I see, is that this whole process we've been going through with all this stuff is going to make us stronger. In the end, I know it feels like chaos and confusion and everything right now, but I do feel that we are going to come out of this much stronger as a whole, and including or in spite of the separation that we feel is happening, we also will unite and become stronger in a different way. That's what I feel. So I feel us all grabbing onto that and holding it and saying, no, we are strong as a people, as individuals, as whatever country you're in. we are strong. And so bringing that back to that form of liberation within yourself, bringing your power back, that's why all this stuff's coming up. Those are the lessons, and this is what we, basically the next step.
And what have I said? If you look at the card, how she's just reclaiming her power. If you look at that card, what I see represented with that, like I've always said, what I do for a living is create Jedi and superheroes. And in that expression of that card, that Jedi is coming forward. Okay, so where am I going with this? I want you to understand everything in the whole of all universes is about energy. It's always been about energy. There was an experimentation that happened a long time ago in a major university. And that experimentation is they had a machine that would drop a drop of water in synchronization. It's a machine, unmovable, on time, every single time. The experimentation that happened is they brought several people into the room. Their job was to focus on that drop of water and cause it to skip. And sure enough, the collective conscious of just those people in the room began to make the machine skip a beat. Welcome to the Matrix, and welcome to be in control of the Matrix, which you all have. That's what it means about unity. This virus doesn't care about race. It doesn't care about religion. It doesn't care about, who's a bigger, better person, who has the most money. It loves all of you. So what you need to do is focus on it. And you, as a collective, can change what's happening. Because even that virus itself is about energy. Raise up the frequency, and you're no longer at the level of that energy. And if you raise your frequency to a point where you're no longer at the level, here's the virus, here you are, it will never come near you. And I know that without a shadow of a doubt, 100% of my life, because I do it every single day. In my work, in our work. Trust me, I'm telling you, learn to raise your frequency, and things will go a whole lot easier for you. I promise you.
Awesome. So we get to key number 6, which gives you the gift and the perspective to focus on for spiritual growth. I've got the sacral portal, card number 34, creativity, intimacy, and inhibition. I can say that right. So if you have this card coming up in this position, I also see this is really the second chakra. This is all creative energies. Okay, this is it gives you the gift as well as the creative flow. And as we see, we're also coming up with a lot of creative solutions, which I feel is related to this. The gift in this is all of us are being creative. I mean, I've seen, from the toilet paper issues being creative there to other solutions and other creative solutions that we're bringing to the surface, maybe new treatments, maybe different things that come to the surface. All the creative ideas and the creative flow is coming to the surface. So I do feel that coming in as a gift to us, as also to reevaluating what's important. Right now we're getting to spend more time with family, with people, with loved ones, right? So it's actually helping us to connect with what's important. What's the priority? People are the priority. Okay, we're having to kind of back down on a lot of different external things that we've used to, because we have to go within and really see what's important. So that's what I feel is going on with this. You want to share anything about that?
I believe that, the sacral is that sacred energy, right? It's a sacral energy. It's a foundation that grows within you that can be expanded upon. Okay? Again, with energy. I work with energy. That's what I do. So you have that energy that expands out. Okay? My grandmother used to tell me when I was a child, she would say, when everyone else's back is up against the wall and they're at their end of their last rope and they have no place else to turn, that's when we're just getting started. And I live with that every single day. And I would implore you to do the same thing. To understand that with that attitude. Like, okay, well, we're doing that now. Have you all forgotten, many of you Starborn that are listening right now, we trained for this for centuries. You got this. What's the first three key things you brought to this world with you? Be in the world, not of the world. There's no greater service than to be in service of others. And the most important, he that is within you, that dwells within you, is greater than he that is in the earth. My favorite is be in the earth, but not of the earth. Understand? So you got this.
Got this. Okay, so we're in the last position here, which is going to be the foreshadows the outcome and energies after integration of all the other cards. And what card do we have? Breakthrough. So card number 4, leap of faith, freedom, and new beginnings. That is where we're going. New beginnings. This is what all of these things that are happening right now are to bring us to a place of new beginnings. Everything's changing in our world, as you haven't noticed already. Yes, things are changing. And I also want to say there are some things that are changing in a way that might be a good thing for us later on in life, okay? What's happening? More telemedicine is coming up. We have more ways of communicating, letting people work at home. Employees now that, yes, you have to do it because of the virus or whatnot, but these are more ways of allowing people to be with their families and allowing people to be at home, allowing more of the telemedicine. I mean, that's just unheard of. We're doing unprecedented times right now. We're breaking through a lot of different red tape, that has been there in place that we couldn't do things before. And now we're able to do that. So this is a perfect card to end this reading with anyway, because of that. So keep the faith, right? We look at all the rest of the cards, keep the faith, keep the trust, knowing that everything's okay, bringing all that energy, everything's coming to the surface that needs to be cleared and cleansed, and that we're coming to a place that we haven't been before, but yet we're going to break through a lot of different things in our lives, individually and as a collective. Anything you want to add there?
I would have to agree. Let me see this card here. This is
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, as you can see, the card's got a lot going on, within it. I see a lot of elemental stuff going on, which tells me this is not only a good chance for us to heal as a people and as a world, but because everybody's off the streets, the machines aren't running, they're not trampling through the land and everywhere else, the planet is given a chance to heal as well.
Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me if they stopped those chemtrail things because, well, there's nobody out there. I don't know. Conspiracy. But anyway, so it is a breakthrough, and it's a good breakthrough. I know it's chaotic right now. I know it feels like, Stephen King is directing this whole movie right now.
Yeah, we've seen a meme on that.
But think about every movie you've seen about this kind of stuff. Without even knowing, you were trained how to deal with it. That's a good thing, right? So what did I start with? It's the end of the world as we know it. But I feel fine.
Everything is going to be okay in the end.
Everything's going to be okay.
And we're not minimizing any of this either for people,
right,
because we know this is a serious thing. But in the event of change, of major change, and that's what we're going through right now, there can be some good things coming out. I mean, look at what has come out from this, in the sense that I always said this from the beginning, and a lot of people have too for years, is why are we getting everything, our manufacturing, coming from outside of our own country here in the United States? I'm just speaking of right now, where so much of our manufacturing is outsourced out of the country. Why are we not doing that here? Because when we get into a bind, like we are right now, where everything's being manufactured over there, we're at the mercy, and we don't have the ability to generate our own stuff. And now it's like we will, because now it's going to be, but who doesn't act until it's like you're under fire, right? Like, people don't do anything until something falls apart, something shows itself. So I think there's good things coming out of this, because we're starting to see all the things coming to the surface. Now, I do want to, there is something I want to, oh, you have something to say?
Yeah,
Sorry.
the one thing that I wanted to say to you all as well, you think about humankind. They're at their best when their backs are against the wall. That's when we come out fighting. That's when we come out in unity, each one of us. Because you look at your neighbor like, man, they're going through the same thing. And I want you to think about that. Don't be mad at each other for whatever reasons you have out there being ticked off at each other. Understand. Forgiveness. They're going through the exact same thing that everybody else is. And everybody, and I mean everybody in the world, is freaking out. This virus, shockingly, took down an entire planet in 1 week. Things will start to roll out. And yeah, sometimes it might look bad, but the end result is going to be a completely reformation of not only countries and the way people think about things.
Yeah.
And being in touch with your loved ones again. Even the ones you haven't been in touch with, now all of a sudden you are, because this is a valid and important thing. So there's many fronts that are happening, all from a higher source. And keep looking at that higher source, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Don't get down here in the lower vibration and chaos, because you were never meant to be that or in that.
And I also, there is something I want to touch upon. I don't want to forget about this because there's a lot of things to talk about, but there is something I have experienced that I wanted to share. You've also experienced it, and someone else emailed me about this, okay?
Yep.
So I'd say about November, December, I distinctly remember this, that I woke up and my left arm, right here in the muscle part of your arm, left arm, hurt really bad. And I didn't know why. I didn't hit it or do anything. Well, for myself, it lasted about 2-3 months. It was hurting. And I was like, what is going on? I didn't really say anything to him too much about it until about a month or two in. And then I was like, God, what is going on? He said the same thing. He's like, well, that's interesting because my arm's been hurting me in this exact same place, right?
But it was only for like a few weeks. It wasn't like...
Mine was like months it hurt. I don't know if I'm just more sensitive or it was a different thing. But then somebody just emailed me, and I'm not going to, this is someone who's on YouTube, so hello, I don't want to call you out if you don't want to be called out, but somebody emailed me who watches my videos and also said just a few days ago that, or whenever someone watches this, it was just recent, that they were asking me about this. Hey, I just felt like I woke up and I had something or whatever, it was like a pain in my left arm in this area. And they even had a bruise or something that just went away, but same thing. So I want to ask all of you guys if there has been any of this mysterious feeling. It's not like we had anything happen to us, but I feel that this is just a theory here about getting inoculated, our star family, okay?
Yep.
I know people might think that's crazy. I work with my medical team all the time, so I don't think it's crazy because I work with them on so many other things. But I feel that there was something that went on. Now, I can't say that means we're not going to get COVID-19 ever or anything. I don't exactly know what the process was doing or what it was going on. And who knows, it might have been for something future-wise or whatnot. But I'm curious to know if anyone else, you can comment in here, if you guys have had that as well, or any of you starseeds that have had that happen. Because it's very interesting, the timing. I mean, for me, it was around November or December before this really happened. And so I don't know if they were preparing for something, or maybe I was the test subject, who knows? Because mine hurt for like 3 months. It was like, wow. And just last month, I think it started to stop, and I don't have that pain there anymore. So, but it felt like when you get an injection and there's that sore spot right there. And so he's had it, I've had it, somebody else I know emailed me about it, maybe the different time ranges, but I just wanted to put that out there because there may be some other things going on that we're not exactly sure of every little thing, that if we really did get inoculated or it's for something else. So that's something I wanted to bring up. Before I go on, do you have anything else to share about that?
I just wanted to, I've been living where we live off and on my whole life, and never seen anything like what I'm seeing right now. And I started thinking about that. And I am going to speak to all those out there that are hoarding
Yeah.
and taking everything.
Stop hoarding the toilet paper.
Stop it. Stop it.
You don't need to.
Stop it. You're not the only person on the planet. I know you're panicking. I get it. Some of you haven't prepped. I get it. But what you're essentially doing is not only taking food out of the elders' mouth, but children and their families as well. Because you have to be the Game of Thrones of toilet paper, apparently.
If you have supplies above and beyond what your family and needs, and even if you wanted to extend that to the
Then
future,
share it.
then do help people out that don't have it.
Exactly.
We don't need to be upset about people. Oh, you should have prepared for that. You should have. Don't be in that energy, okay? Because that's not helpful. So let's actually try to be. There is a news. I think it's a news channel around our area started to do segment on the love being shared, that people are doing this because we're seeing so much bad stuff on the news. It was nice and refreshing to see, hey, there was a thing about a mother with her 4 kids who had prepared, and she had a little bit extra, so she went and gave her neighbor toilet paper and food who didn't have anything and was older. And so, let's try to do that for each other. This is the way we build unity. This is the way we come back stronger than ever, because the crisis happens and we see how we all help each other in any way that we can. So yes, great point, because that's a huge thing. We need to do that.
You think you were born with anger in your heart, with racism in your heart, violence, rage, any of that? No, you weren't. You were hollow ground, untouched by man's ways. The environments are what created all of that. But you also have a choice of what you can do with that. You can be the bad actor, or you can be the one that acts as a good actor and teaches others how to do the same.
Right.
Especially in times like this. Nobody relishes times like this, but throughout history, when times like this happen, everybody unifies and comes together. You seek that world of utopic nature. You seek that world where everybody's in harmony. It starts with you.
And to be honest, I want to share, speaking of the timeline here, I just want to share something about, we are upcoming March 21st of 2020 through July 1st of 2020, and then back again in December 17th of 2020 through March 7th of 2023. This astrological influence is Saturn moves into Aquarius. Okay, that is very significant. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I do feel this is huge because we all know Aquarius is like the eccentric kind of electricity, and it's very unknown. There's a lot of things that happen in the Aquarian. It's ruled by Uranus, which is like all different. Everything changes.
She got the eccentric part right.
So I'm an Aquarius. So I think that we have to realize what happened. And I just wanted to point this out because I looked it up and I just like, wow, that's really interesting. The last time Saturn was in an Aquarius was 1991 to 1994. Okay, so it was a long time ago. This is like, I don't know how many years, 20 years plus that this has not happened. Well, when this happens, I just want to take you back to a few times in the past of when Saturn was in Aquarius and these different timelines going back and forth. So what happened in 1993? The www source code for the internet was released. Okay, this is science too. Okay, big advances in science and technology. Aquarius is all about that too. Advances in future. So we had that happening when Saturn was in Aquarius. We had 1962, the Jetsons premiere. Okay, that was all future stuff, right? Another Saturn in Aquarius. We had 1991, the Soviet KGB was dismantled. Okay, that's a big thing too that happened. 1962, John Glenn, first American to orbit the Earth. That's kind of a big thing. It's all like futuristic stuff, but big things happening. 1962 to 64-ish, around that area, Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream. Okay, the whole civil rights kind of thing that went on at that time frame. And at the same time, in another country or a different area, 1963, Nelson Mandela was sentenced in prison. And then 30 years later, also in Saturn in Aquarius, He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. So look at the things that are happening in that era. We are moving into that era now, and we'll be there until 2023. So these next few years, anything's possible and everything's possible. So advances can happen, and I think that's going to happen in medicine for sure. Like we already see that happening. Record time, record speed, they're having to come out with stuff, And so I think that there's like a lot of good things going to be coming out of this. We just have to have some patience, some calm, soothing energies right now is what we need at this time, and not to panic and freak out. And I know that that's easy to do, but let's not do that. Please.
And to continue with that, what she said as well, I would speak to all of you scientists and you technological geniuses out there. Your time is now. Stop hiding. I know you're out there. I know you're like tinkering around things like nobody would ever even believe that I could do this, or nobody would even believe in my invention. Yes, we would. How do you think we're going to get to Star Trek one day? Because of you guys.
Yeah,
so stop hiding.
Meaning us civilians
Right.
getting there.
It's time to come out of the galactic closet. You were born to do this, to do what you do best.
And now more than ever, people are going to be open to your inventions because we need that now. Obviously the time is now for all of this.
So if you were to take a list on one side, the cons of this virus, and on the other side, the pros to what's happening, the pros outshine the cons enormously.
And knowing that this is temporary. For how long temporary means, we don't exactly know, but we do know this is temporary, and I do believe we will rebound from this much stronger and much more capable of handling situations like this that do come our way in the future. I feel like we just were really kind of a little bit unprepared for it, but nonetheless, it's getting prepared in a quick way. So we're going to do it, and it's going to be okay. And I know that things are happening, but please, please, please stop hoarding all of the supplies, spread it around, and try to get some stress relief, some calming, some downtime. Take this time as downtime for yourself, for your family. We also want to, so that's kind of what we wanted to share. I want to close a little bit here with some of the things we're offering.
I wanted to mention that band REM that wrote that song that I sang in the beginning of all of this, I don't think they realized the prophets that they would become. I don't think they realized when they wrote that song what an anthem it would become for the whole world. Because see, that's what's important, is to have that attitude. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I feel fine. To spartan up and know that you're going to be fine. Okay? Now go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to end or close with sharing a few things that we're going to be doing to help you guys out, okay, for our own services and our own, because this is affecting everybody, so we just wanted to share some things that would help you guys out. So for me, you can go visit all of my sessions and my art and everything. That is still being shipped, and I'm still, doing work. I have private sessions that I'm booked until, at this very moment, it's booked until May. I don't know if you're watching this afterwards, but I usually book up a month or two. But so anyways, that's there. But what I would like to offer to all of you guys is that any order that comes in right now until the end of March, so March 31st, any order, doesn't matter what you order on my website, you will also receive a couple of digital items for free. So I'm going to offer my healing shield. It's going to be my universal healing shield and my purification healing shield. These are shields, art images.
Powerful.
That are going to help you guys in this time as well. Those of you dealing with stuff, stress, connecting with the higher self, and also purification shield is about physical healing. So that's the one I wanted to really offer. These are digital files. They're going to be for free. Okay, so you'll get a digital file. You will also get a free digital download of my celestial healing series. It's a integration of the Ascent, 2 different CDs that are digital. They also were very uplifting. He's actually on there. He does a lot of the narration, channeled material that I channeled all of it. And then he helped me with some of the channeling voices to have different aspects on there. So that's really powerful. You'll get that for free, any order. So those 2 things will come for free. It won't be on the website, but when you get it, I'll have to email that to you. And then the second offer I will have is my Light Language Foundations audio class. That is that's a $777 worth, 7 audio files. There's a whole healing, my phase 2 that I do, actually do the whole chakra clearing in there. It's a full chakra clearing with light language, 2 different versions of it, another light language, and all sorts of information about light language. It's an audio class, okay? Normally $777, but I'm reducing that down to $222 for you guys. So again, through the end of March. It's a lot of information, a lot of content. And for those of you who can't get into session work with me like you'd like, that's the one you want to do, because it's got that whole 45-minute full version of chakra clearing in there. It'll help you guys in energetically healing and all sorts of good stuff.
Lucky you.
So that's what I'm offering at the moment. I know that he has some other things that he would like to share on that. My website is lightstarcreations.com, and that's where you can find everything. Everything from my artwork to my oracle deck to my sessions that I have, and to all the other stuff on there. So what are you going to offer, Bear?
Well, first of all, my website is standswithbear.com. And I have a Galactic Awakening package that I have on there that already, for like a captain's package, has got $54 off the captain's package. It entitles...
and has the digital.
It's plus you get the bonus of all 5 of my CDs digitally with the whole entire captain's package, which is normally $4.99. But with that $4.99 is all 3 of my levels. The first one is Ensign, the next one is Lieutenant, and then after that is Commander. So each level is designed to level you up one at a time and bring in the best and highest version of yourself. The first one is to clear out any debris from other lives, this life. The debris clearing is very important, but you can read more about it on my website, again, standswithbear.com. And then, of course, I have my normal sessions that I do as well. So just go to my services page that's on there, and you can take a look at that. Now, with the captain's package, in the whole galactic thing, if you just want to start off on just the first one, Ensign, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to knock off $50 on just the first session to get it rolling. So it's normally $177, all right? If you want to do any other session outside of the Galactic Awakening package, I'm again going to knock off $50, which is normally $177 for any of my sessions. Okay, so it's very simple. All you do is the remainder, which is $127. You just go to my donation button right at the top, at the very right-hand side of my page. Click donation. Once I receive it, I will contact you, and we'll get this ball rolling. And I promise you won't regret it.
So that'll be $127
It'd be
that they would put in?
Yeah, it'd be $127 on both of them. So if you want to start off with the first package, just to kick off the Galactic Awakening package, just to kind of wet your feet, so to speak, it's just $127 that you would put in the donation button. As well as if you just want to do a normal session, again, another $50 off, $127 in the donation button. It's just something we want to give back to all of you. We know that a lot of people are struggling out there, and all of us are. All of us are. So, but if anything we can do in what we do, what we've been trained to do very well, then of course that's why we're here. All right. And again, that's standswithbear.com and LIGHTSTAR'S.com.
So we want to thank you guys so much for, being here. Stay well. We love you guys. We want to send you energy. I'll be back again with some light language activations. Try not to wait so long this time. I will. So this will help you guys out too. But again, check it. I have some new things coming actually that's going to help as well. Some music activation that's coming up. So stay tuned for that. And we will see you guys on our next video. If he comes on, I'm sure I'll have him on again at some point. But love you guys so much.
And don't forget that those sessions that we're offering, the special, we're going to extend all the way to the end of March.
Yeah, so that's till the end of March.
Okay.
So.
Very important that you know that, so you have quite a bit of time there.
And if this doesn't, and yeah, so I don't know when this video is going to be coming out, but hopefully it will be coming out soon and you'll get that. We might extend it just depending on the time as well. So just check with us if that's the case, or if you missed this and it's, just check with us, okay? Because we're helping you guys out. All right?
And we love you guys.
Love you.
And we are so honored to be in service, to assist and to do what we're here to do. And guys, just take it down a notch, okay? You got this. I promise you, we got this. Namaste.
Love you.
Love
Bye
you.
now.
Bye now.